What? Did you think I wasn't going to upload a new video today? What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your favorite mask collector's favorite mask collector, AJ Good, here at the House of Masks, where we unbox and review cool stuff almost every single day. And guess what? That's right, in today's video, we are unboxing and reviewing some cool stuff. And by the way, what a perfect time of day to film. Do you see that sunlight coming through that stained glass window? Sometimes it's crazy, like I'm sitting here making this video and I'll just realize that I'm sitting in my sanctuary on a mini ramp in front of a 200-year-old stained glass window about to unbox something cool for my job. Thank you guys very much for everything. Now, let me tell you, I am not taking it for granted at all. I feel extremely lucky and extremely humbled to be able to do what I am doing, to the point where I am working myself sick. But like, sick. There is so much to do. I wish that there were more time in the day, because no matter how productive I am, at the end of the night, I just still feel like I could have done more. With that being said, I've actually already done a video from start to finish today. I came in here earlier, I shot the whole thing, I got it all edited together, I uploaded it to YouTube, I posted it for patrons, and then I sat down to have myself some lunch, and I got a call from my good friend Chris, aka Trash Bag Ghost. You guys know Trash Bag Ghost. Even if you don't know Trash Bag Ghost, you still kind of know Trash Bag Ghost, because Trash Bag Ghost is pretty much responsible for the entire rebranding of the House of Masks 6 or 7 years ago. A rebranding that we are still riding out to this day because it's so sick that I don't want to change it. Why change what's not broken, huh? Anyway, Chris calls me, we start talking about business stuff, future plans, new endeavors, you name it, and he's like, dude, I've noticed that you've been absolutely crushing it lately. And I said basically the same thing. There's just so much to do, and I'm trying to make the most out of the season. And he said, well, you're doing a pretty good job. And I took those words of affirmation and I applied them to the rest of my day. And even though I've already done a video and I have plans here in about an hour, I wanted to come in here and continue working. And oddly enough, I have a package from Trash Bag Ghost himself. Why did I just say it like that? I don't know. My brain don't work so good sometimes. Anyways, we have a box right here from Chris. It's a box that I received a few weeks back, but we've had the church warming and now it's Halloween season, so I've been pretty busy. But I figured with the story that I just told, it would be pretty appropriate to take a look at what's in his box. Wow, that sounds gay. So I know what's in this box. I don't really know that I've seen photos of it, but Chris did tell me exactly what it was, and it's a very, very cool piece of history. It just kind of ties together even more full circle moments, which I will explain as I pull it out, but I'm not going to tell you guys what it is. I'm just going to snatch it out of the box here, show it off, and then I will tell you guys the full story. So here we go. Let's see what Chris has sent us. It's a pretty big box for the item, so I'm almost wondering if there's more stuff in here than what I know about. I guess only time will tell. Now, I see the piece right there, and I did unbox this from the bottom, so I just want to make sure really quick that there's nothing else in there, and if there is, then I will show that off first, give you guys a little bit of an appetizer, and then we can move on to the main piece, okay? All right, so I've cleared the box out. We do have the piece right here on top. There was nothing else in there, just a lot of packing material to make sure that this thing arrived safe and sound. I gotta say, I can kind of see it peeking out right now, and it is beautiful, but I did find a note at the top of the box that I'm going to read to you guys right now, and the note says, Dear AJ, please accept this mask as my church warming gift to you to celebrate the House of Masks' new location. You're now the custodian of the mask that I used as reference for many Sid artworks. As far as its history goes, I just bought it on eBay from a UK seller years back. Love and continued success from Chris. So obviously I grabbed the mask out of the box as I read that note there, and here we have the Trash Bag Ghost BCD, and I'm going to dub this the Trash Bag Ghost BCD, but I also want to co-name it the Sid the Third BCD, because this is the mask that became the design for so many items on the Sid the Third shop. Sid's official web store, of course. So if you guys saw slip mats or posters or stickers that featured some sort of British civilian duty gas mask, they were based directly off of this. Chris bought this as a reference for his artwork, which became all of that merchandise over there on the Sid the Third store. And this thing is super sick. Not only is it minty, but it is converted, and Trashbag Ghost even added a very special stamp over there to kind of replicate the stamps that these things would leave the factory with all the way back in the late 30s, early 40s. So yeah, dude, on a surface level, this just appears to be like your common British civilian duty gas mask that's been converted to look like Sid's. But I thought because of who this mask came from and the history that this mask is responsible for or had a part in, that this was a pretty cool piece. And like I said towards the beginning of the video, this just kind of helps tie into the whole full circle mantra that we've had here on the channel lately. And the weirdest part about this being another full circle piece for me and kind of joining in on the full circle lore with Sid is that I met and worked with Trashbag Ghost a long time before I ever knew that he had anything to do with Sid, and definitely before I ever really interacted with Sid. Trashbag Ghost actually hit me up and was like, hey, we should work together. And that's when we did the whole rebranding with the new logo. I'm saying new as if it's not almost a decade old at this point, which is pretty crazy to think about. But yeah, dude, I was working with Trashbag Ghost before Sid and I ever really spoke, and definitely before we worked together, and definitely before the entire full circle thing was a thing. Now, for anybody that's just finding me through this video and has no idea what I'm referring to when I say full circle, I would definitely recommend going over and checking out the full circle video that I shot with Sid a few months back. It will definitely tell you guys exactly what I am trying to convey right here, just in a much more detailed version. But essentially, when I was a child, about 6 years old, I discovered Slipknot in a magazine. I asked my mom if I could look Slipknot up and maybe listen to one of their songs, and she said, yeah, you can watch this music video. The music video was Wait and Bleed. In Wait and Bleed, Sid Wilson is wearing a BCD, or a British civilian duty gas mask. That same day, because I was so hooked and enthralled with Slipknot, I ended up calling a family friend of ours, basically my uncle, to ask if he had any masks. Why did I think that he had a mask? I have no idea. But my mom let me call him and asked if he had a mask, and he said, yeah, I think my parents have a mask upstairs in their attic. And to my surprise, he ended up showing up to my house later that day with a mask. That mask was a British civilian duty gas mask. So my 6-year-old brain was blown. That is where everything started for me. That is where masks really started for me. It's where collecting started for me. It's why the House of Masks exists right now. And wouldn't you know it, all these years later, Sid Wilson ends up kind of hitting me up and like, hey, can we work together? And I was like, yeah, we could. Not only can we, but I would love that. So very quickly, Sid and I formed a friendship and a working relationship, and he was the first member of Slipknot to visit the House of Masks. He was the first member of Slipknot to gift me a stage-used mask. And then for the 25th anniversary of the self-titled record, he asked if I wanted to help create the gold BCD that we all know and love now. And then, wouldn't you know it, at the last show on that tour, he ends up gifting me that mask. So there's this giant full circle story with all of these cool little details, and the last cool detail is that this full circle story takes place with Sid Wilson, who is number 0. That's just a quick little catch me up, and now we have another piece to add into that full circle story. The Sid the Third BCD from Trashbag Ghost, and all the cool stuff that I said before that. Now, with that being said, I think that we are going to go ahead and wrap this video up. Of course, I will end it the same way that I end all of the other unboxings on this channel, and that is with some nice up-close shots of this piece so that you guys can see all of the very unique detail on this conversion. And I don't know, maybe being closer to it will make you comprehend the history a little more and just how important this piece is. Regardless, a very cool piece for my collection, a very unique piece for my collection, and much, much appreciated from my good friend Chris. Chris, thank you so much, man. I absolutely love this piece. I will cherish it forever. I love you very much, and I'm excited to get to work with what we talked about earlier. Now, with that being said, I have just one last thank you left to give, and that one goes out to you guys, the viewers, the people watching this video and supporting the House of Masks. Thank you guys very, very much for being here, for keeping up with all of the content lately. I've been having such a blast making all of these videos, and I've been having a blast interacting with you guys. It feels like a new wave of the House of Masks, and all of the interactions have been incredibly positive and very, very cool, and I just appreciate you, okay? I hope that you guys have been enjoying all of the content. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video, and before I say goodbye to you today, I want to remind you guys that I am getting extremely close to 200,000 subscribers, and I would love to hit that by the end of the year. Now, I don't personally think that that's going to happen because YouTube just hates me, but don't you think we should try? Now, there's the part where you guys come in and you're working double duty, because if you're already subscribed to the channel, you should be making some other people subscribed. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Do all the cliche YouTube bullshit. Drop me a like, leave a comment down below. Go sign up for Patreon. You're missing a lot of stuff over there. Blah, 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 all that stuff. Just know that I appreciate you guys and I look forward to the future, okay? I don't know what else to say, which is actually probably a pretty good sign that I should stop talking and end the video. So let's go ahead and end the video. Until next time, this has been AJ Good here at the House of Masks telling you to say no to drugs and alcohol and yes to full circle moments. And we will see you guys in the next one.